All right, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for pretty much any creator out there. How do you go from that chaotic, gig to gig lifestyle to building a real, stable, and scalable business? Well, today we're going to crack that code.
I bet this sounds familiar. One month, you're on top of the world. A brand deal lands, ad revenue is up, and the next month, it's crickets. That constant up and down, that feast or famine roller coaster, is just plain exhausting. But what if there was a better way? A way to build something that you can actually rely on?
So the answer is all about the subscription model. It's how you take back control. And the amazing part is that the entire engine behind this whole thing boils down to a super simple formula, a formula with just two levers that you and only you can pull to basically design your own financial future. And here it is. Seriously, this is it. This simple little equation is the engine for your entire business. Your gross monthly revenue is just your community size, that's the number of paying members you have, times your subscription price, C times P. That's the whole game. So let's break down these two super powerful levers, community and price. Okay, let's dive into that first lever, your community. Now, this isn't just about getting a ton of people to sign up. You've got to think of it like a two-sided coin. On one side, you have to attract new members, but on the other, and this is just as important, you have to convince them to actually stick around. So how do you actually grow that community? Well, first you cast a wide net with awesome free content. Your videos, blogs, social posts. Then you've got to get really good at converting those people with super clear calls to action that scream about the value they'll get if they join. And finally, you turn your current members into your best marketing team through referrals. That right there is a killer growth engine. But let's be real for a second. Getting new members feels great, right? It's exciting. But the real battle, the thing that determines if your business survives or not, it's retention. It's all about stopping people from leaving, what we call churn. Because a high churn rate is like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in it. You can pour new members in all day long, but you'll never, ever get ahead. All right, let's grab our second lever, price. Now, you have total freedom here, but it's not about just picking a number that sounds good. Your price has to be a direct reflection of the value you're providing. If you can nail that alignment, your whole business model just clicks. So the big question is, what kind of value are you offering? Look at this table. If you're offering commodity value like general tips or big group calls, you're probably in that $5 to $15 range. If it's more curated, think exclusive workshops or special content, then you can easily be in the $20 to $50 zone. But if you're offering high-touch personal access, like one-on-one time, we're talking $75 to $150 a month, maybe even way more. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Once you get how these two levers work together, you can start playing with them to hit whatever financial goal you have. So let's pick a number, say $25,000 a month. I'm going to show you how two completely different creators can get to that exact same number. And this just shows you how flexible this whole thing is. The mid-level creator can focus on building a big, broad community of 1,000 members, each paying a pretty reasonable $25 a month. Meanwhile, the niche specialist gets to the exact same income with only 250 members by offering something super high value for $100 a month. See? The model adapts to you. Are you a community builder who loves scale? Or are you a deep expert who prefers smaller, high-impact groups? Neither one is better. It's all about your style and your audience. Okay, so you've got your engine running, you're hitting your goals, but there's one last, super important reality check we have to talk about. Hitting that $25,000 a month on paper is awesome, but that's gross revenue. Before we start celebrating, we need to talk about your net income, the money you actually get to keep. This chart right here is so important for your planning. Out of every single dollar you make, a piece is going to go to platform fees. Another chunk goes to your operating costs like software. And then there's the big one. A huge slice, often around 30%, you've got to set aside for taxes. So in this example, your actual take-home pay might only be about half your gross revenue. Knowing this from the start is absolutely key to building a business that's actually profitable.
So now that we're clear on the numbers, how do we make sure this isn't just a flash in the pan? The final piece of the puzzle is sustainability. It's all about building a business that keeps members happy and engaged for the long haul. And it all rests on 4 key pillars.
These are basically the habits of every successful subscription creator. You need a reliable content cadence, so members always know what to expect from you. You need active community engagement so they feel seen and valued. You need constant value evolution, always be making it better. And finally, a tight feedback loop,
So you're building what your community actually wants. These are the things that turn a cool idea into a real career.
You know, when you boil it all down, this quote really says it all. The goal isn't just about making a quick buck next month. The true measure of success here is building a healthy, thriving community that wants to be with you for years. That is the ultimate asset.
So, there you have it. You have the formula, you have the two levers, and you've got the blueprint for building something that can actually last. The only question left is, what will you build? Thanks for tuning in.